Shakur Stevenson scores a massive victory over Teofimo Lopez in the big room at Madison Square Garden to win the Ring Magazine Lineal and WBO Super Lightweight World Championship in front of a sellout crowd. It was an extraordinary performance from Shakur Stevenson. He dominated the fight. I had it 119 to 109, meaning 11 rounds to 1. I did give the 8th round to Teofimo Lopez. Perhaps the first round could be a swing round that you could give to Lopez, but other than that, I would say it was a near shutout victory for Shakur Stevenson. He showed that he has, my goodness, the best right jab in the division coming from the southpaw stance. Perhaps Alexander Usyk would have a thing or two to say about that, but my goodness, he was fantastic. He was fighting off the front foot. He stayed in the pocket. He wasn't running around like he was with the F1 race weekend fight in Las Vegas. He stood right there. I think his back touched the ropes 3 times the whole fight. There wasn't an abundance of clinching. Whatever it was normal. That right jab was deadly. It cut Teofimo over his left eye and kept opening up. And even in the 10th and the 11th round, I thought there might be a hint of a stoppage brewing. Shakur put on just a masterful performance, Mayweather-esque, actually. It reminded me of Mayweather's fight with Canelo, a fight that we expected to be more even, and Mayweather put on a masterclass. This was very similar to that in my estimation. I will say at the time of that fight, Canelo had not achieved the same level of accolades that Teofimo has at the time of his fight with Shakur. But I do think the analogy stands. Shakur, just everything that Teofimo did not work, and that was because of what Shakur was doing on the inside, right there in his face, jamming him with that jab on the inside and then moving, was just masterful stuff. I had said that I thought Shakur would win the fight, even in perhaps boring fashion. I did not find this fight to be boring, and that is perhaps because I'm a purist, I'm not a casual, and in comparison to other Shakur Stevenson fights, I would not consider this fight a boring fight. He was there to be hit, and Teofimo just couldn't do it. And what's a lot of people will say, well, it was the southpaw stance. Well, guess what? Vasily Lomachenko, one of the greatest southpaws to ever put on boxing gloves, Teofimo won that fight, and of course, and Josh Taylor is also a southpaw, and Teofimo was able to neutralize him. But at times, it almost looked like Teofimo didn't even realize or didn't know how to deal with the fact that Shakur's right foot was the lead foot and was right in front of him, and he was almost tripping over it all night. That is a testament to what Shakur was doing to him. The corner of Teofimo Lopez was atrocious. Just atrocious. I mean, at one point, the father was saying, I need you to give me more power. I need more power. And I'm thinking, what are you, Scotty from this isn't Star Trek, bro. You got to give a guy more tactical advice than more power. You got to give him something to do differently, and they didn't have it. There was no plan B. There was no plan 1A. From the second round on, it was a beatdown, and it was almost more embarrassing, frankly, for Teofimo Lopez than had Shakur caught him with something in round 4 or 5 and then sort of forced a stoppage on a ropes type of thing. He dog-walked him. Tremendous performance from Shakur. Where does he go from here? Listen, 140 is kind of, as far as big names, isn't massive. Keyshawn Davis had a big knockout in the 12th round on the undercard. That might be something he wants to look at. Dalton Smith, Isaac Cruz, Gary Antoine Russell. Maybe Gary Antoine Russell would be a fight that would sell. Richardson Hitchens, I don't get much from that. I think Shakur is going to look at Conor Benn, especially from what happened in the post-fight. If Conor Benn can make welterweight, this would mean that Shakur would have to move up to 147, or maybe they come up with some sort of catch weight from that. I don't know. But Shakur deserves a voluntary defense. that's an easy night. You could tie Shakur's left hand behind his back. He beats Conor Benn with his right jab, especially with Conor having to sweat down 147. There's social media posts from Teofimo that he's moving up to welterweight, and there's some good fights up there. I mean, you've got Devin Haney. Barrios is fighting Ryan Garcia. Rolando Romero is out there. Raleigh's Lewis Crocker. But I think a good fight maybe for Teofimo is to fight who Devin Haney just beat, Brian Norman Jr. I think that would be a great fight. Two guys who really throw punches. I'd watch that. And then as far as what does this fight mean historically, I think we need to sort of curb our enthusiasm just a little bit. I'm not going to put him in the echelon of great fighters. It doesn't need to hang in the Louvre like Max Kellerman said. But it was a tremendous performance. It was a near flawless victory, to quote, Mortal Kombat fans from 1993. Shakur should be very proud of this performance. It puts him in rarefied air right now on the pound-for-pound list. I put him about 4 or 5, and great things to come. What's his ceiling? I don't know. I don't think anyone south of 154 gives him a problem right now, and that includes Devin Haney. I think he beats them all. I really do. Once you get up into the 154-pound range with guys like Xander Zayas, I think they're going to be a little bit too big. But it remains to be seen, and I am here to watch. So congratulations to Shakur Stevenson, a tremendous performance, a major world championship in the United States, and he's going to be in some big fights for the years to come. He's only 28 years old. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you on the next one.